Hello everyone, welcome. This is Tom Doherty, and this is your daily routine assignment this week to help you create a daily method of operations to help you be more productive and generating leads. I hope you enjoyed the webinar, the training webinar this morning. I hope you got a lot out of that. And I wanted to do some type of offline prospecting technique because we've been doing a lot of online stuff. So this is something called post-it note prospecting. If you never heard this before, you're probably thinking, hey, what's this? But you may have seen this before, or maybe you're seeing it for the first time. If you saw it before, I promise you that you're going to see something that you never saw before, in previous presentations like this, because like I said, maybe you saw it before, or maybe you're going to hear something that that you never heard before. Because when I first learned about this, guys, I put this into action, and I literally I put out thousands of post-it notes, and I've generated hundreds of leads like this. So I really, when I saw this for the first time, I really I liked what I saw, and I really wanted to test it out. So I'm gonna share with you everything I got. So I hope you enjoy it. So let's get into it. Post-it note prospecting. Here's what you're gonna learn. Okay, and in this short presentation, I'm gonna go through this. Try to go through it pretty quick for you guys, but I'm gonna show you the supplies that you need. I'm gonna show you how to set up a free voicemail box. I'm going to give you sample voicemail scripts. I'm going to give you sample ads to use. I'm going to show you where to put the ads. And I'm going to show you, I'm going to help you out what to say to people when they respond to your ads. So, and this is everything you need to do this. And if you're seeing this for the first time, we're going to get into this. Everything's going to come together. But I mean, everything from supplies, how to set up a voicemail box, scripts, sample ads, and what to say when the people call. I mean, this is literally everything, guys. So, why post-it notes? Why post-it notes? Why post-it note prospecting? Here's, three reasons why, what come to my mind. It's so simple. It's so simple, and it literally costs it's so inexpensive to do this technique. And in network marketing, we have a word called duplicatable, which really isn't a word, but it means duplicate. And what I saw this was so simple. And what I saw was when I started doing this, my whole team did it immediately. They liked it. They put it into action immediately. And I was like, wow, very few things that I've done, being in network marketing, when I tried something new, to get my whole team to do it right away was pretty tough. This is something that I saw happen. So I got excited about that. And you always hear in network marketing, you want to do something easy that your whole team could do. Think in your mind right now, hey, have I done anything that was kind of easy and my whole team just did it right away? So guys, this happened with me. That got me excited. That made me stay with it a little bit longer. I not that I don't do this anymore, but I'm not as active as I was. I mean, when I first got started with this, and I'll share with you stories along the way, but it's just a great prospecting offline tactic, and it's rejection free. When you have your ad on the post-it note and someone calls you, they're not calling you to say, hey, I'm not interested in your ad. They're calling you because they saw an ad and they're responding to it because it fits some need that they're looking for. So it's really a rejection-free technique, and people don't like to get rejected. That's one of the things that holds people back in network marketing. They just they don't want to get rejected. So here's what you will need. Here's the supplies you'll need to get started. Okay, just a few things. You're going to need post-it notes, of course, and think about how much do post-it notes cost. If I needed post-it notes, I would go to like a local Staples by my house. I don't know if you have Staples by your house, but an office type place carries post-it notes. I believe supermarkets even carry them too. So you're going to need post-it notes. And this I actually picked up at a Staples. Again, if you don't have Staples near you, Staples is like it's like an office supplies place. So I'm sure you have another place that's similar to Staples, but if you have Staples, go there. And you want to pick up a Brothers 2770 self-ink stamper. And the reason why you want to get the 2770 is that fits perfect on the post-it note, okay, on the standard post-it note size. So when you go there, you're going to see all different ones. You're welcome to try different things. I'm sharing with you what I use, okay? If you want to try different things, that's fine. But I'm telling you that this one fits perfect on the post-it note, okay? And I'm going to show you throughout these slides what to say on the self-ink stamper, and that's going to be your ad, and then you stamp it on the post-it note, and then you place them in spots. I'm going to show you where to place them and everything. Okay, so, I mean, under $30, you can get, probably a couple hundred post-it notes and this self-ink stamper. Now, you're only buying the self-ink stamper once. So you're just, what you're going to do is when you run out of post-it notes, because those are your ads, they're like mini flyers. When you run out of your ads, you're just going to get new post-it notes. I like the yellow ones. I have used other colors. They have like pastel. I've seen pastel type colors like blue, pink, purple. Whatever you see there, you're welcome to try whatever you want. Get creative, get unique. They're only post-it notes, guys. So, okay, so set up a Google Voice account. Now, to do this, you need a Gmail account. So if you don't have a Gmail account, most people do. If you don't have a Gmail account, you're going to go to gmail.com and sign up for an account. It's an email account. Now, if you have one, this is kind of what it looks like when you're logged in. But what you want to do is after you create the Gmail account, or if you created it already, you want to go to google.com/voice. Google.com/voice, and you're going to create a Google voicemail. Okay, and to log into that, you need a Gmail account. That's why I mentioned get one. So this is kind of like what Gmail looks like. And if you look at the left side for a minute, you see how it says inbox, voicemails, and then it says your number. Okay, and this is free, guys. Inbox, I believe, is like, and you see, before I get the inbox, right under voicemails, it says text. You can text through this too, which is really nice. So you get text and voicemails. Now, on the top right, you'll see that little wheel. Now, in your Gmail account, when you want to go into settings, you go to the top right, and that's how you would change the settings. Now, here's the settings that I'm just going to talk about, the important settings, and there's not much back here. So it's very simple to do this. I didn't have, you need a phone number too to set up a Google voicemail, and I didn't have an extra one. So maybe I'll do a video of this more in detail at another time, but it's pretty easy to set up. Now, you could do a couple different things. Once you create your account, you got your Gmail account set up, then you go to google.com/voice, and as you're setting up your account, it's going to say pick a number. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to put in an area code, okay, whatever area code is near you, and then it's going to pull up different numbers for you to choose from. So you pick whatever number you want, and that's your Google Voice number. And I believe you can actually change it later on. But anyway, that's, we don't need to get into that. Now, there's a couple different things that you can do with this. And you're probably thinking like, well, hey, why should I get a Gmail? Why should I get a Google Voice account? Well, here's why. If you really like this technique and you put it into action, I'm talking about big time, you are going to get a lot of leads, guys. You're going to get a lot of phone calls. Okay, if you put out a couple hundred of these on, let's say it's the weekend. Okay, you off from work, it's the weekend, and you decide you're going to seriously get out a couple hundred of these. You're going to get calls. You're going to get a lot of calls. When you're dealing with the public, you're going to get some funny people that call you up, maybe that you don't want having your phone number. Okay, so that's why I recommend using this voicemail account, because your phone could be ringing all the time, which is a good thing. You want that to happen in a home business, but there's a couple different things. Let me get into it. There's two different ways you can use this. Now, I don't do it this way, but let me just talk about it, because you may want to do it this way. Okay, you may be starting out and you're not getting any phone calls, and you want your phone to start ringing. What happens is you can set up your Google Voice. You set it up with your phone number, okay? And you can set it up so when someone calls your Google Voice number, it'll tell when the person calls the Google Voice number, it'll say state your name. So you'd say, Tom Doherty. And then what happens is Google Voice rings your phone that it's linked with, and it'll say you have a call from Tom Doherty. So you either answer it or you don't. Okay, and if you don't, it goes right to voicemail. The other way that I've always used and that I recommend doing with this is you can have it set up to go right to the voicemail, right to the Google voicemail, not your cell phone voicemail. And what happens is you record. It's like a mini, whatever your ad is. You're gonna take that message that's on the ad and then talk about whatever you're promoting, whatever your opportunity is on the actual voicemail. So when someone calls the number, it goes right to your voicemail, and it's like a little message. And I'm going to show you two voicemails that I used here in a second. And then so what happens is a person will hear that, and then they'll leave a message. They'll say, hi Tom, this is John. And here's a sample of a voicemail right in front of me, So you'll log in, and you'll see your voicemails there. Now, what's cool about Google Voice is someone could even text you. Someone could text that number, and some people like to text, so you'll have text from that number, you'll have phone calls, and you can set up this to link to your Gmail account or another email, so when you get a voicemail or a text, you get it right away to your phone. Everyone has a phone with email nowadays, so you'll, so it's a great it's a great service, and it's free. So guys, I hope this made sense. It's pretty easy to set up, and I think you'll like it. It's cool to have an extra phone number, too, that you could do things with. I'm sure you would agree. So let's talk about some sample voicemails. I'm going to show you two here that I've used and that I still actually use, and you are welcome to use them. You're welcome to say, hey, that's kind of a cool idea. I have a different twist of that. You're welcome to do that. You're welcome to create your own. This is to help people that kind of know about this, but they don't have a voicemail script. And I'm going to read them to you too. So here's the first one, and after I read this to you, I'll break it down, how it works, like a little psychology for you. Okay, so here we go. Hello, my name is Tom Doherty, and I'm excited for you because this call could change your life. If you're anything like me and you wondered if there was a legitimate home-based business that can put you back in control of your life, your finances, and your freedom, then pay very close attention to what I'm about to say. Many of our members are achieving 4-figure monthly income results, and some reps are achieving 6 figures in their first year. If this sounds too good to be true, or if you are skeptical, then this insight is definitely not for you. I'm looking for self-starters who are self-motivated, but most of all, I'm looking for people who believe they deserve to have more out of life. If that is you, I will take you through a very relaxed 2-step process so you can make an intelligent decision about your present. What I will not do is convince or sell you. Leave your name and number twice and the best time to call you, and I will personally call you back within 24 to 48 hours. Thanks for calling and have a great day. Now, I haven't read that out loud in a while, kind of messed up a couple times, but that's actually good that I did, because this is very key, what I'm about to say. When you have your voicemail written out, okay, when you have it written out, you don't just say the voicemail on your Google Voice once and then you're done. No. Guys, if this takes you an hour to get it, you want it to sound very clear. You want it to sound very smooth, like almost like you're saying this and you don't even have to read it. And if it takes you a couple hours, then that's how long it takes you. I had one guy call me up. He says, Tom, it took me an hour to do my voicemail. I said, yeah, and guys, once you do the voicemail, you're done. So make sure, it doesn't have to be perfect, but make sure when you listen to the voicemail, it sounds good. You don't want to be like, pausing and, saying a word not correctly and then you re-say it. Make sure that, it's all one flow. That's a really important tip, because I see people that don't do that. And if you were to listen to this on my voicemail, it sounds very clear, smooth, and it sounds like an ad. So But this is actually a really cool ad because it breaks down like a testimonial about, hey, we have a lot of people having success here, but if you think that this isn't for you, then don't call. Please don't call me. So you're actually like doing the takeaway. And then you're saying that, you're looking for self-starters, people who are self-motivated. If you have a home business or you're in network marketing, you don't want to babysit a bunch of people that aren't willing to do anything. That's kind of what that's about. You know what I'm saying? So then you're even saying, I'm going to break this down into a very relaxed two-step process so you can make an informed decision, an intelligent decision. I will not convince and sell you. So you're telling people like, hey, it's a very relaxed two-step deal here, and I'm not going to try to convince or sell you. So you're almost making it like it's not a big deal, and you're not going to be sold. You're not going to try to sell the person. It's just a very relaxed two-step process. And the two-step process is to get the person's info, like an email address, send them a presentation, and follow up on them. So step one is get the email and follow up. Step one is get the email address, send the presentation, and step two is follow up. It's that simple. So if you like this, guys, you're welcome to use it. You're welcome to twist it up. You're welcome to use this as, take some of this and just, put your own message together. Now, let me sell you something. Let me show you another voicemail that I've used a lot. And this one I like. I've gotten tons of leads from this one. So again, it kind of looks like this. A person would call the voicemail. As you could hear in the background, my phone's going off. I'm definitely going to have some people call back after this. But as you can see, well, here's how it works. Someone will call the voicemail, and then boom, it goes right to this recorded message. So someone would call the number, and this is what they would hear. You've reached the desk of Tom Doherty. I'm either on the phone or away from my desk. If your call is in reference to our ad, please listen carefully for the details of our opportunity. What I'm looking for is someone with the following background: marketing, real estate, insurance, mortgages, someone having owned a home base or traditional business, direct sales, network marketing, internet marketing, or traditional sales. I'm also looking for ambitious entrepreneurs who may be searching for a new opportunity. If you feel qualified and you would like to learn more, leave your name and cell phone number here, and I will text you the mandatory details for review. I will follow up with you within 24 to 48 hours to discuss the next step. Thank you. That kind of sounded pretty smooth. So in this option, I talk about texting. You can even text the person the details for review. I tried that, and I found it better, me personally, getting the person on the phone. So here's another one. You're welcome to use this. You're welcome to twist it up. I hope that you enjoyed these two scripts. I hope they help you out. Voicemail scripts. So let's get into sample Post-it note ads. Okay. Now, when you get that self-ink stamper, you're going to have 5 lines. So what I suggest doing is the first line. You can do whatever you want. These are just samples to get you, you're welcome to use them. It's just to get you, thinking creatively about doing this. But the first line, it looks really nice if everything's centered and the first line is bold. Just how it looks here. So part-time income, $750 to $1,500 a month. Trainers, recruiters wanted. No experience will train, and then your phone number, and then that's obviously your Google Voice number. Okay, here's another one, and these are just samples, guys. Again, you're welcome to use them, or use something different. Immediate work available, cash, $100 to $200 paid daily, full time or part time. No experience will train. I'm sorry, no experience necessary. Phone number. I've used this one a lot. $225,000 per year, working from home. Don't believe it, don't call. And then the phone number. This one's pretty cool too, and this one has the website in it. See, this one. One line was taken out and the website was added. So retire in 12 to 24 months, $1,500 to $5,000 a month. Flexible hours, will train. Phone number, website. Simple home system. $1,500 to $5,000 month part-time or full-time phone number or website. This one's pretty cool. Healthy retirement kills the 9 to 5. No experience will train. Phone number, website. This one I really like too. I haven't used this one, but I really like it. Being underpaid is a choice, because I know that's how I felt. I felt like when I was at my job, I was just underpaid, and I know there's a lot of people out there that feel that way. So this kind of resonates with me. But I would call this if I saw this, I would call this. Being underpaid is a choice. Simple home system, part time. Replace the 9 to 5 plus free training. Phone number, website. I like that one. So that ad, guys, exactly how you see that, that's going to go in the middle of your post-it note. So you're going to get the self-ink stamper, and you're going to pick whatever ad you want to be, and then it takes about, anywhere from a couple hours to 24 hours at wherever you're getting it done, Staples or somewhere else, and then you just pick it up, and then you're ready to go. You put the stamp on the post-it note and just start stamping away. Pretty cool, right? So places to put the post-it note ads. Now, we went over a lot of stuff, but I really want to give you everything you need to do this. So let's get into places to put the post-it note ads. These are places that I've used, and I have some sample pictures I'm going to show you here in a minute. Gas pumps, ATMs, those work amazing. Same thing with Red Box, Blue Box, Coinstar, lotto machines, soda machines, bulletin boards, inside magazines like Success, Entrepreneur, Home Business magazines. And you may even, after you see this, think of different places to put them. So here's something pretty interesting, and this is what I see by my house. And I'm sure you guys, everyone gets gas. Everyone gets gas. Everyone goes to ATMs. So that's why gas station and ATMs, they're actually advertising on the pump. Look at this one's kind of funny. It's like two people staring at ads and they're kind of laughing. It looks like Best Buy and something else. But I'll tell you something, that's me. When I'm getting gas at the gas station that I go to, once I put the handle, once I pull the handle, put it in my car, I turn around and I look at there's a screen right above the pump, just like that, and it's videos playing of different things being promoted. So why do you think that they're doing that? They're advertising because it's another form of traffic. I mean, you have a constant flow of people at that gas station all day and night long. So that's why they do this, and that's why this technique works so well. Because think about it, if you put it on a gas pump, think of how many people are going to see that, and the interested person takes it. Here's another example. Now, I found this online. I don't even know what Tesco is, but I know it says half price cheese. Now, why would that be on an ATM machine? So ATMs are actually advertising as well. Now here, I want to get into some sample places that I've put them personally and took pictures. This is actually a Hess gas station. Okay, so this is what it looks like. Now, I don't get all obnoxious and put these things all over the pump. That's just obnoxious. I don't do that. I take one ad per pump. And if you see here, right where you slip in the credit card, it's just a little above there, and it looks like it fits there really nice. So that's a sample of putting it at a gas pump. Here's another sample, same spot, right above the credit card slot. Here's an ATM machine right below the credit card slot. See it sitting there. It kind of looks like it blends in. And what happens is, guys, think about it. A person's going to go here. They're going to get their money, and an interested person is going to take the ad and call. A non-interested person is just going to get their money and leave. And I've actually tested this out. I'd watch people go to the ATM. They just, if it's not for them, they just leave it there. Yeah, sometimes someone's going to throw it on the floor. Yeah, that does happen, but most people don't. Here's another example, different ATM, different style ATM machine. This one's above the place where you put the credit card. Usually that's a good spot for it, This is another different one, totally different style. This one's kind of on the right of the credit card slot, but it's in a place where people are going to see it. That's where you want it. Here's a picture of a Red Box. If you're not sure what a red box is, a red box is it's an outdoor machine where you can rent DVDs and Blu-rays. So this gets, think about how many people are going to go to this. I mean, this gets so much traffic that, you know, I mean, every time I see this, I have 7-Eleven by me. It's kind of like a food store. You can just hop in there and grab something to eat real quick. And at every 7-Eleven, this is there. And there's always someone at this machine getting movies. Here's another box. This isn't a red box. It's some type of movie box that I happen to see at the supermarket. So I put one right there. It's right under the 2 on the right. This also works well. And think of this. This is a coin store where you go to and you cash in your coins. You put your coins in here, and then however much money you have, it'll come out and give you, like, you know, let's say you had $20 in coins. You put them in here, and you'll get it'll give you back $20. So think about it. If someone's cashing in their change, they need money. So an opportunity may be the right timing for them. That's how I look at it. Soda machines. This is right above where you put in the money. The person's definitely going to see that. Here's another machine. This is a Dasani. It's a water machine. As you can see, it's right above where you put in the money. Here's a lotto machine. Here's another place. If someone's buying lotto tickets, they may be open to an opportunity. That's how I look at it. And it's right on the right side. Kind of blends in because the background is yellow, but people will see that, you know. So guys, the whole point of that is, you know, get creative. Get creative with everything. Get creative with your voicemail, with your ad, and where you put them. But think about it. You want to put them in high traffic areas. You don't want to put one out in an area where no one's really going to see it. You know, so that's why gas pumps, ATM machines, and the movie box, the red box, that, you know, those are places where people are going to be in front of them, you know, constantly. So it works well. And then with all the people coming in contact with it, the right person sees it, they take it, and they call you. Okay. So here's something that this is kind of what I say, and it's very easy to do. This is so easy, guys. I want you to just do it this way because it works and it's so simple. So a person's gonna call the ad, and they're gonna leave a message. You're gonna hear the message, and you're gonna call them back, and you're gonna just introduce yourself. You know, hi John, this is Tom Doherty. I just heard your voicemail. You have a minute to talk. Yes, you know, they're gonna say yes, blah blah, if the timing's right, and you could say, and then ask them where they seen the ad. Now this is important. So I just call up. I just say a quick hello. Hello, this is Tom Doherty. That's what I mean by introducing yourself. Just say, hello, this is Tom Doherty. Do you have a minute to talk? You know, that's introduce yourself. Okay. Your time is valuable. You don't want to start asking all these weird questions. You just want to, like, qualify them real quick. So after I find out if they're able to talk and I just introduce myself, then I ask them right away. I say, listen, where did you see our ad? And the person will say, oh, I saw it at the gas pump over here and blah, blah. They'll actually tell you, guys, you know how important that is? Because marketing is all about testing and tracking. So they'll actually I'll ask them and they'll tell me where they got the ad from. And I'll hear all different types of things. But the reason why you want to do that is you'll find out where the good spots are. You know, sometimes you'll hear, oh, my uncle gave this to me, or you know, sometimes somebody will know if someone looking for work. You know, you're going to get people looking for work, but you will get people looking for opportunities as well. But anyway, so find out where they got the ad, and then ask them why they're open for an opportunity. You know, hey, listen, did something change recently in your life that made you call this ad? You want to find, how are you going to help the person if you don't know why they're calling you? You know, because you're offering them an opportunity. You know, so find out why they're calling the ad. That's very important. And then they're going to tell you why. You know, they may have a second job that they just lost out of the blue, and they're looking for an opportunity right now. They may, you know, they're in the next 2 years, maybe they want to buy a house. I don't know. You have to find out why they're calling you. That's how you can help them. And then from there, you say, great. You know, listen, you know, it sounds like we have a great fit. And and here, listen to me carefully here, because I don't ask them for their email. I get their email. That's why I put it that way. I get their email. I don't say, well, can I have your email address and I'll send you some info? No, you want to have posture with people, and you want to control the conversation. So I say, John, listen, great. Sounds like we have a fit. What is your email address? I'm going to write it down right now, and I'm going to send you a link to our presentation where you can learn more about us and what we do. And then I'll say again, unless the person's saying their email, I'll say, what's your email address? I'll jot down their email address. Now you already have their name, phone number from, obviously previous, and now you have the email address. And then what I do is I set up a follow-up appointment. Now this is also important, and this isn't just for this kind of opportunity. This is really for anything. Whenever you schedule a follow-up call, a lot of people they don't know how to do it. When I do a follow-up call, this is how I work it. I want to talk to the person. This is what I'm thinking in my mind. I want to talk to them sooner than later. And let's say I'm talking to them. I'm sending them a presentation at 6 o'clock, and I know for the next 2 hours I'm going to be working my business and making phone calls. 2 hours is plenty of time to take a look at the presentation. So I'll say, John, I'm going to send you the details as soon as we get off this phone call. How soon do you think you're going to take a look at it? I asked them when they're going to see it. If they're available now to see it, I'm not going to say, I'll give you a call in a couple of days. By then, you every day you delay, a person loses interest. So I always keep that on my mind. So 2 hours is plenty of time. So I'll say, listen, John, I'll say, great. Would it make sense if I gave you a call around 8 o'clock? Do you think you'd have time to take a look at everything? And the person's like, yeah, then great. Now you have a follow-up. If the person's like, hey, listen, buddy, Tom, you're catching me at work. I'm not going to be home till real late, but I'm going to watch it tomorrow morning. Can you call me back at this time tomorrow? Then great. That's great too. But here's the whole key. You want to have this on your mind. Sooner is always better than later. And every day you delay to follow up with a person, they lose 10% interest. So keep those two things on your mind. And then third is, you schedule the follow-up when you know you're available. And if that doesn't work for the person, then you agree on a certain time. So I hope that helps. So introduce yourself, ask them where they saw your ad, that way you can test and track. And ask them why they called their ad, so that's how you can best help them. Get their email address, send them a presentation, set up a follow-up. It's that simple, guys. So could you do this? Absolutely. Anybody can do this. Like I told you, when I started doing this, I saw my whole team do it without really, we're just telling them about it. They just got into action and they started doing this. And guys, I want to leave with you one quick thought, kind of, because we just finished the last slide. People that look at this, they're going to be in network marketing, home business, and most of you guys are working, and you're looking to have your phone ring like mine. I think it rang 3 times over the course of this video. But anyway, I want you to understand. So I remember back when I first learned about this, and I put, like I said, I put this into action big time. You have to look at, how bad do you really want it? This isn't the activity that got me out of my job, but when I first learned about this, I actually was working a job. And guys, on my lunch break, lunch was not on my mind on my lunch break. Working the business was on my mind, because I'd rather work for myself than someone else. So one of the activities I did was this. I would get in my car and drive 10-15 minutes, and I'd go to an area where I would just just blanket these Post-it notes, and then I'd come back, and I would just make it back in time. That's how bad I wanted to get out of my... It wasn't I wanted to do this activity so bad. I wanted to get out of my job so bad. That was my why. I couldn't stand working there. So that, and then I would go home, I would make phone calls, do some business stuff, and then I would go out at night and do another area, blanket another location. Did I want to go out, and blanket, a location with all these? No. But if you put out a couple, expect, if you put out a few here and there, expect a phone call here or there. If you blanket, these things all over the place, expect tons of phone calls because people will call them. And this isn't an all-in-all technique. Like, this is all you do. This is something that you add in to your daily routine, your daily method of operations. You definitely want to talk with the person you're working with and see what how what they think about this and if they recommend it. But it's a great offline passive marketing technique that you're definitely going to get leads. It's going to help you talk to more people, and that's what people in the network marketing home business industry want. They want more people to talk to. So guys, I hope you like this presentation. I hope it helps you. Hope it helps you get tons of signups and do great things in your business. I wanted to share with you that quick little story because sometimes you need to hear that. When I was working a job, when I had my lunch break, my home business was on my mind, and that's why I was able to leave my job. So guys, again, I hope this video helps you. I appreciate you guys. If you want to get in touch with me, ask me any questions, I'll have my contact info below this video. Have a great day, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thanks.